In this lesson, we're gonna take a look at the shape location. In Niagara, you can emit particles from point, or sphere, or grid, or a torus, or cylinder. So let's take a look how to do that. Let's go ahead first and create the Niagara system. Next, and I'm gonna choose the fountain. Plus and finish. Let's dive inside that. And you can see here we have the shape location. If I delete that, you can see the particles are emitted from a point. And I can go ahead, type shape location. By default, it's a sphere. And we can't see the sphere clearly here. But if I go ahead to the gravity and disable the gravity and disable the velocity too, so now you can see we have the sphere. And I can go back to the shape location. I can control the radius from here, make it bigger or smaller. And we have other types. For example, we have the cylinder, and I can control the height of the cylinder, 100, let's say 300, and we can control the radius too, as you see. And here you can see we have the cylinder height point. As you see, it's 0.5, and now if I set that to 0, the bottom of the cylinder is at the center of the grid, and if you set that to 0.5, the emitter will be moved at the center, as you see. And we can go back to the shape primitive. I can change that to box or a plane. Now the particles are inside a box, and you can control the box size from here, from X, Y, and Z. And you can change it to plane 2. So now the particles are placed on the plane, as you see. And you can control the plane size from here and the plane position from here too. Let's go back to the sphere. You can see we have the transform. So here you can control, for example, the scale of the emitter, not the scale of the particle. This controls the scale of the emitter. So I can stretch the sphere, as you see, on X or on Y or on Z. And I have the rotation mode. We have a lot of modes here. I typically use the axis angle. And we can't see any update in the viewport if I change that, because this is a sphere. So if I go back to the shape primitive and change that, let's say, to box plane and keep it at plane. So now you can see if I change that to Y, now the emitter will be aligned on Y axis, and you can change that to Z. This will align the rotation to the Z axis. And you can control the angle from here too. And we have other primitives. For example, we have a torus. We can control the distribution from here. We can use the U distribution to move the particles on U and on V2. And I can go to the ring. We have the ring too. We have just U distribution. Feel free to experiment with these types of the shape primitives and see how they work.